Well, it sounds like everybody is loving Spider-Man Homecoming. It is doing great in the box office right now. I think it pulled in like 117 million domestically, and compared to Wonder Woman coming out a month before it, that only pulled in about 103 million. Both movies, in my opinion, I thought were very, very good. This being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and being someone like Spider-Man. Like, it has great traction right now. If you want to know what I thought about the movie, check out my last week's video where I actually did a spoiler-free review on Spider-Man. And now that you've actually seen the movie, go back, watch the review, tell me what you think. Anyways, I want to talk about something else that hit the news while I was in RTX, and I really wanted to talk about this and how to make it work. So Jon Watts was doing an interview, as people do for press going into a release of one of their movies, and he was asked about what kind of villains he'd like to see in Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Homecoming 2? Spider-Man Prom. Anyways, he was joking around with some stuff, and then he started to really expand on how he wanted to have Morbius the Living Vampire in Spider-Man 2. First of all, outside of everything else that I'm about to talk about, I think this is a great idea. I think that he's a really cool villain, and in the last few years, he's become more of an anti-hero and had a resurgence with comics. I think it's a great pick. Plus, it's something very different than what we're seeing in the Marvel Universe right now. That could be great. Then he started to tease about how he wants to have a crossover with Blade, and the entire internet was like, oh, yes, please. Seriously, people like the Blade movies. They didn't really do as well, but they still have a following, and people want to see Blade come back, especially now with like the Netflix series kind of getting a little more gritty and a little more action-based, and like he would work there. Maybe not so much with the Marvel Cinematic Universe because, you know, they're all going cosmic right now, but he was talking about how he would love to have that crossover, and I think there's some magic here. A year ago at Comic-Con, Kate Beckinsale had actually let some information out that they were in talks with Marvel about doing a Blade Underworld crossover. Kevin Feige came out and said, hey, no, that's not a thing. She misspoke. We aren't rebooting Blade right now. Since that movie came out, the movie rights have officially gone back to Marvel. Marvel owns the rights for Blade. They can do whatever they want with Blade, but they're spread really thin. They've got the ABC shows, you have Inhumans coming up now, you've got the Netflix series, and we're starting to see season 2 of some of these shows with Daredevil already there. Jessica Jones is currently filming, we got Defenders coming. So like, they got a lot there, and then the cinematic universe, it just almost doesn't really fit to have Blade in those movies because of the direction they're currently going. Well, here's how to make this all work. I think that we should see Morbius in Spider-Man 2, and have the Blade crossover, and that's how you reintroduce him to get another Blade Trinity. But here's the thing, we don't do it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think we reintroduce Blade and we make him more of a character again. We bring him back into the limelight. I think Marvel should do another deal with Sony because they're already playing really nice with Spider-Man. Marvel say, hey, Sony, we're playing really nice. We're gonna throw Blade in this movie, and then you can take Blade for a 3-part movie afterwards doing his own thing, and in exchange, we want more time for Spider-Man because, you know, Tom Holland, I think, is going to become a really big part of this Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially with rumors of Tony Stark maybe not being in a lot more Marvel movies because RDJ's contract is up. So they need a resident genius. Since I don't think we're getting Reed Richards or the Fantastic Four in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all, we need another genius. We need the guy that's inventing stuff. Peter Parker will eventually be able to fill that spot with Parker Industries and whatnot. So if there is a way for Marvel to make a deal with Sony where they can do more stuff with Spider-Man and can kind of continue his time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we're already seeing 2 more movies with just Spider-Man and then his appearance and other stuff. But maybe we can get more from Sony, and then Sony can go ahead and take Blade after this crossover with Spider-Man in the second movie, and then even to top it off, let's go ahead and give Sony Morbius also. They have their Venom movie coming out, they want to do a Sinister Six franchise, they've got the Silver Sable Black Cat movie coming out. Like, they're doing stuff with other Spider-Man characters. Morbius and Blade just fits perfectly in this darker version. Oh, Jeebus! Here's what we do. What if? There's already some weird shadows of how Spider-Man exists in the Venom Sony movie universe, but it's not in the MCU. what if this was just a really fun shade where Blade then is in the Venom movies and maybe we see a Venom Blade crossover? That would be awesome. That's a lot of wishful thinking. I just think that Marvel's doing a lot right now. They don't have time to reboot Blade. He just doesn't fit in anything that they're doing. So if you use Spider-Man as this interdimensional, and by interdimensional I mean between Sony and Marvel, is this interdimensional door where we can put stuff in the Spider-Man movie and now all of a sudden it exists in the Venom and Sony universe, then that's great. Throw Blade there, he then pops over to Sony for 3 more Blade movies, which we all want anyways. It'll be so great. Though I don't think we're going to see Wesley Snipes as this role again. I just don't see it happening. I know he sure wants to do it. Why wouldn't he want to do it? But it'll probably go to a new face in this new universe. But this is the way to do it. Throw him in Spider-Man. Give Sony the rights to make 3 more movies, get whatever rights you want from them afterwards, and then, hey, you guys are working good together. It's so nice to be able to see Sony and Marvel really having a win right now with Spider-Man Homecoming, because I think it opens the doors for more like inter-studio relations. That sounds dirty when I say it, but honestly, I think this could be the future of movie making. Like, there's a lot of money to be made if you just work together and stop messing things up with crappy movies. So, here you go. Marvel, Sony, play nice and give us Blade. Jon Watts wants it. We want it. Shut up and take our money. Anyways, guys, that's been my rant on the Spider-Man news about Blade. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to see Blade in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Or do you want to see him in his own trilogy somewhere else? Or do you think that he should have a Netflix series where we see even more Blade and maybe interact with the Defenders a little bit? Let me know. I want to talk to you. That's why I love doing this, because we get to chat about some cool, geeky stuff. Anyways, till the next time, I'll see you later.